All right. Hello, everybody. I have Bo Ray here with me, and he is in the real estate space, specifically for IDX brokerage and the embed codes for that. But my name is Jenna Lettingham. I have started my YouTube channel helping agency owners grow within HighLevel and bringing in other partners to showcase what they do in regards to HighLevel and helping agency owners grow. So I'm going to give the floor to Bo and we'll go from there.
Hey, Jenna, thanks.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Jenna said, my name's Bo. We have a company called IDX HL, which integrates IDX broker with HighLevel, and it's been a really interesting journey. My background is in tech. I've been in the IT industry since '96, and I've done just about everything there is to do in the IT industry. We've written lots of different small programs, specifically into HighLevel. We'd integrate different, like a moving calculator was our first one that we integrated. We started down the IDX path about 2 years ago. And since then, I at least personally have grown to love the real estate industry, specifically from a technology side. So we've actually put all of our effort into this now. So where we started, and Jenna, you and I were just talking about, look back where you started and where you are now. Where we started with this, and when I look at our original product, I said, wow, that's all we had then. It's night and day difference. We designed an entire integration into HighLevel. It goes way beyond just the website. So websites is actually the easy part of the whole thing. All leads, all interactions with leads in a IDX site go into HighLevel and allow realtors to be able to nurture them. Right now, we know how strong of a tool HighLevel is. So nurturing, reach out, emails, text. They're now adding in WhatsApp. I mean, they just keep growing their tools, which is fantastic. And a lot of people have asked if they would integrate IDX directly. I actually talked to Sean briefly about this, and he says he doubts they ever will because their job isn't to become a real estate CRM, right? And if they start integrating directly into stuff like that, that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to become a CRM for different niches. They're best staying in a kind of a blank slate where any industry will work. And the genius, in my opinion, of HighLevel is their API.
Yes.
So basically they said, hey, here's our set of tools, but if you want to do something that we can't, here's our API. Go ahead and develop it.
Yes.
That's exactly what we did.
Yeah.
So, and we're excited with it. We're enjoying it, and we can't wait to see where it goes in the next few years.
That's great. Well, can you show us a little demo on it, how it works, and pricing structures?
Yeah. So I actually have, let's see here. I want to go screen one here. So this is what it's going to look like inside of a HighLevel account. Obviously, this is white labeled to my agency. So it's not just having the contacts drop into the contacts tab. That's easy. You could do that with the Zap. It's grabbing everything, and you like our names, test, Bo test. You can see that this is obviously our test information. So from our link here, you can get a bird's eye view of all the leads coming in, how many times they're viewing properties. If they favorited a property, you can see that. So you can see how effective your marketing is right off the bat. If you want to get deeper into a particular contact, you can click on it and it will pull it up. And on top of that, we do capture information in custom fields specifically so that you can market more to this lead. So if we come down to I got to put my glasses on. Our IDX recently viewed properties, recently searched results. If bedrooms and baths are put into search, you'll see all of that. So the beauty here is you can create a workflow, that says, hey, I see that you're looking for houses with 3 beds, 2 baths in the whatever area. Would you like to schedule a time to go visit any of these? Right? I mean, the workflows are endless, what you could do. And the cool thing is since we are tracking views and favorites, we can create triggers specifically from our software to trigger workflows in there. And that's how we did that. Was any workflow you create will automatically show up in here. If I was, in fact, we're doing this now and it's watch it not work. That's Murphy's Law. It's never not worked, so
Yeah.
I'm confident. So let's go test workflow. Test workflow. Let's just save that. Let's go out and back into IDX HL. And so you built out a whole workflow that you want to trigger. So we can go into triggers and, oh, look at that. Test workflows right there. Shows up that fast. So
Nice.
we can trigger off a property viewed. So we have it set so you can put interval days and view amounts. So, and you can create dozens of these. So if you want, if you specifically, if your realtor wants, maybe in one day, they're interested in people that see a house, view a house 3 different times. All right, fine. If on top of that, you can have that be one workflow. And then on top of that, they say, you know what, but if somebody views in 5 days, they view a house 10 times. Okay, we can do that as well. Same with saved properties. They save a property, let's fire off a workflow. So it really makes us very, very robust.
Yeah.
Now, the cool thing is it's not just one way. We don't just take information from IDX and put it into HighLevel. We could put information from HighLevel into IDX. So, for instance, we are grabbing, like Fred Flintstone. That's one of my favorite leads that I create. So we're grabbing information about bedrooms, bathrooms, locations, things like that. We could take that data, push it back into IDX Broker as a saved search, which means now we could send off emails to that lead with new properties that meet those criteria.
Great.
The beauty is the realtor didn't have to do a thing.
Yeah.
It was automated. So it takes the power of HighLevel's automation tools and built it into the real estate world for really a perfect match in our opinion.
Mm-hmm. That's great. So is there more you're going to show us? Sorry.
No, sorry, I was just going back to this screen.
Okay.
This is my favorite screen, so this is where I kind of
Yes.
stick.
No, that's a great screen. It shows so much, and I love the fact that you can, as a realtor, and I grew up in this real estate space. My mom is a realtor, so looking at this, I'm like, oh, she would love this. So can you show us a little bit about like what the report does?
So the reports are designed, and to be honest with you, I think we have this turned off. We actually just launched a version 2.0, and I'll tell you why. This is cool. I can't show it to you. I could just explain it to you.
Yeah.
One of the things that talk about how awesome the HighLevel API is.
Mm-hmm.
They've opened up in the conversations tab, so we can actually drop into the conversations tab data. So basically, this data here, rather than having to come here and look at the houses, if you're interested in a specific contact, all of those will be here. So all the properties that Fred Flintstone looked at will be popping up right here as well.
Great.
So it's going to make it much, much easier to follow up with Fred and view his houses without having to go back and forth.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome.
now, because we went with the new version, we focused on the other thing we focused on was lead to speed. When somebody becomes a lead on an IDX site, it shows up in HighLevel in about 2 seconds.
Wow.
So it's almost instantaneous. So because of that, I'm not positive. I know at one point we turned the reports off, so let's see if they turn it back on. So the idea though is one of the things we love to do is we only work, we don't offer this directly to realtors. We only work through HighLevel agencies.
Oh, good to know. Yeah.
We do that because, first of all, I am a firm believer in knowing your strengths and your weaknesses. Now, my strength is in tech. I've been in the industry since '96. Between me and my 2 business partners, we've got over 50 years experience in the technical field, right? Sales is not my strength.
Yeah.
So I would prefer to partner with HighLevel agencies, allow them to sell our tools. They have the relationship with the realtor, and we just kind of sit back in our little corner of the world and write cool stuff for them.
Yeah.
The other beauty of doing it this way is you, as the agency, you're getting feedback from your realtors all the time. And since realtors don't just come to us, we get the feedback from hundreds of agencies, or at least our goal will be hundreds of agencies. So this report is an example of the feedback that came back from one of them. We created this report specifically for a seller presentation. So what was happening is the realtor wanted to be able to go to a potential seller and run a report on the price range of their house, the bedrooms, the bath, and the city, and show them how many people were doing searches similar to their property. So that was going to do two things. First of all, it would allow, as they're doing this seller report, they can say, look, we've had 50, 100, 200 this month of people looking for a similar house at yours. So we'll be able to get it to market and people will be looking at it quickly. The second thing it would do is with this report, since we know who is viewing it, we can blast out a text or an email and say, hey, we got a new house coming on the market. Check it out before everybody else does, and get people in possibly before it even hits the MLS.
Right.
So that's what the report section is designed for. And we, once we flush out the last couple issues with like getting that the contacts tab to show the conversations or the properties in the conversations window, we'll flush reports back out.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second, because that's more money in the realtor's pocket.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. Just knowing a little bit about real estate.
That's what we're all about. So we have IDX HL. This is fantastic, but we didn't want to stop there. So we actually made it so, if you're running ads for your client, obviously they're going to whatever landing page. We have a pixel that you can put on that page that will capture anonymous lead traffic. So if they don't fill out a form and they don't become a lead, we can capture their name and their phone number, their email address, and their physical address. And my preferred method is to be able to send a postcard to them with a QR code, taking them back into. So now it's just another touch to get these people back in. They obviously came to the site for a reason. Let's get them back coming in, and let's market to them every way possible.
Yes.
So we're always looking for new ways to improve our system. Like I said, since we could just sit back here and geek out, which is what we love to do, we come up with all sorts of clever things. I just saw a post about a spreadsheet that somebody built for should I buy a house now based on the interest rates, or should I wait? Right. And so they did a spreadsheet that showed, if you buy now, if you wait, interest rates may go up or down, but prices may go up. So you're not going to get any further ahead. But if you buy now, when the interest rates drop, you can refinance.
Right.
So I thought, you know what, that would be a brilliant calculator and a fantastic lead tool. So we're gonna throw that into our mix. So this is what we do. This is what we love to do. This is all we do, and we do it specifically with high-level agencies so that you guys get the tools out. The other thing I'm a big believer in, Jenna, is the closer a client is to the business and the business owner, the better off everybody is. So a realtor can go to, say, KB Corps, who has 150,000 realtors, and they're a minnow in the ocean, right? They don't matter at all. If that realtor goes to a high-level agency that has maybe 100, 150 clients, all of a sudden they matter, right? Every client matters.
Yeah.
That high-level agency is going to care more about them. They're going to help them more. They're going to teach them more. They're going to make sure that they succeed.
Yeah.
So we're trying to build that environment.
That's great. So can you talk about the pricing structure a little bit?
Yeah. So how it works for their main product is obviously the realtor needs IDX broker. That's the crux of our system, is that IDX broker. The crux, the main thing, I don't know, whatever the word is, it's required. That's the IDX feed. We went with IDX broker because they had an API, a robust API, just like HighLevel, that allowed us to work with them. So they get their IDX broker account. Depending on the features they want, that's either $50 or $90, and we don't control that. Obviously, that's IDX broker. We charge $99 a license now. With this new IDX 2.0, we found that the best way to do it is on a per license basis. So a realtor So you charge your realtor $99. Well, you actually charge your realtor as a high-level agency. Our structure is designed specifically to upsell everything we do. So you're making money. We're doing the work, but you're making the money. So we charge $99 for a license, and we consider a license whenever an IDX broker, a single IDX broker, is tied into a high-level account. Right now, I
Okay.
don't care
Per
if you
sub
have
account.
10 realtors or one realtor. It doesn't matter if you got that that one-to-one relationship. That's a license.
You said
So
per sub account or per
per
realtor?
sub account, yeah.
Okay.
So and actually, yeah. So if you're working with a brokerage that has 50 realtors and they all want their own sub account, we actually don't even care about that. So it's more that IDX broker license that matters. So
Okay.
so it's $99, but we recommend you charge $199. So again, it's designed so that you can charge it. Now, we do a lot of price comparisons. We see where we stand in the market and how our integration compares to others. I don't know how many of people watching this are going to be familiar with a company called HighLevel, but our system competes with them better than I ever thought it would. The only thing that we don't have yet that they have, and it's an upcharge for them anyway, is the AI bot. And we're working on finishing that up now. So, but they charge $850. So, and by my estimation, everything that we offer plus everything that the realtor can offer or the agency can offer, and I've always tell people, the agency is the secret sauce.
Right.
They're the ones that make it all happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they need to charge for their time. Don't ever undervalue your time and your capabilities to help realtors. Charge for it. So you add our charge onto what you're charging, you should still sell it for $650 easily without any other bells and whistles, right? That's just HighLevel with the integration.
Yeah.
So comes a win-win.
Does it come with the snapshot, I assume?
Yep. We have a snapshot. Now we actually, I gotta mention this. Now, as your audience grows and people were watching this 2 years from now and again saying, wow, look at how she's doing it now then versus how she's doing it now. We may not offer this in 2 years, but right now what we're doing is we call it the 0 to 7 figure. I've been doing this so long. I've worked with hundreds of high-level agencies, right? And most of them have a certain part of it figured out, but not the whole picture. And especially when they start throwing in IDX and they buy a snapshot, and there may be some training on that snapshot, especially you go with some of these high quality people. And there's a lot of good high quality people that sell snapshots, but it's hard to bring it all together, especially now when you throw in the IDX side. So what we decided to do, talk to my team and say, look, our whole goal is to help. That is what we want to do. We want to help agencies, help realtors, and everybody succeeds. So we're launching this program we call 0 to 7 figures. The idea is in 12 months for a high-level agency to hit a 7-figure annualized income for their agency. So what that is about $85,000 a month.
Right.
Now, if you're charging $600, $700 a month, which is where you should be, that's only what 100 plus agents, realtors. Mm-hmm. It's not that much. So with that, it's coming not only, and it'll have a snapshot, but part of this snapshot is teaching the agency how to build it. Because what's the old saying? You give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, you teach him to fish, you'll feed him for life.
That's right.
You buy a snapshot, you may not understand every part of it. You may get help modifying it, but you don't really understand it, right? You build the snapshot and you get it intimately. So what that means is that as you're talking to your realtors, you'll be able to help them more. When they have questions, you'll understand what your system could do because you built it.
Yeah,
so we'll have examples of snapshots, but really you're going to build it. So
that's great.
But we have a community that we're going to build so that you can lean on each other, help each other out. There's so many realtors. I have an old mentor that says, you know what, there's plenty of wood to chop. We may be in the same industry, but there's plenty of wood to chop. Meaning there's so many realtors that even if we both, if everybody is working towards getting realtors on their SAAS, we can work for 10 years and never step on each other's toes. Mm-hmm. So, so we want to get this community together so we can lean on each other and help each other. We are real estate centric. That's all we do. Right. anything that we bring out has to do with the real estate space, either working directly with the realtors or maybe a crossover to also bring in mortgage people to work with realtors. So, but it's all realty specific. So that means that we're always going to be a little smaller. We can't grow as much as some of these others that focus on everything, but we're so niche specific that we're the best there is. And I am not ashamed to say, I think we're better than anybody else in the high level ecosystem when it comes to real estate.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think I love what you guys have built out, and it looks like it's so streamlined and also easy to use.
It is easy to use, and it just gets better over time as well.
And are you guys still offering that free demo account like to load in, or is not
So
anymore?
unfortunately, we found lots of we're getting so many API calls that would crash our system, not only our system, but IDX broker.
Okay.
So they basically said, yeah, don't do that anymore. So
Okay.
we can't do that. What we can do is give you. So this is obviously a custom menu link, which means it can also be taken out of the custom menu link. So we can give you access to our demo at the custom menu link so that you can view it and show them how to use it. You could probably even put our demo inside your HighLevel account. I haven't tested that yet, but I don't see why that wouldn't work, because that way, what we were doing is creating a separate demo account for each and every client. And we had like 150 of them.
Yeah.
So it was causing some serious issues.
Yeah.
So, but we can give them a link to at least show this part inside of their high level where it's going to bring in the leads and everything. So
Right. Yeah, just having that little demo set, I
yeah,
feel like
yeah,
would be a
yeah.
little
It is
valuable
definitely
piece.
helpful.
Um, well, great. And then so I'll be dropping the link below if anybody else has any additional questions, comment below and Bo and I will make sure that they get addressed as far as questions. But yeah, that's great. And I love to see what you guys are doing. And I know you guys was it like a calculator that you guys recently rolled out a couple of months
Yeah, we
back?
got a home affordability calculator that we
Yeah,
rolled out, and yeah, we're always geeking out.
that's great.
You talk to us next week, and we probably have 2 or 3 other things in the work.
That's awesome. Well, I can't wait to hear more from you and Bo, and I can't wait to see what you've got going on in 5 years, compared to now. And just like, yeah, we were talking about before we hit that record button. But thanks for joining me today. It's so great to have you on.
I appreciate you, Jenna.
Thank you.
All right, have a good day. Take care.